Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, good morning. Happy Easter Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday. Oh, you are, Jackie. You are in the kitchen too. Okay, okay. Yes, happy Easter Sunday, everyone. Happy Easter Sunday. As you come in, please like, share, subscribe, like and subscribe, please, guys. I appreciate it. I am Muriel Melville, your home care queen, and today I'm bringing you in my kitchen. Today I'm bringing you in my kitchen as I do Sunday brunch. As I do Sunday brunch. And I am a diabetic. I am an insulin dependent diabetic. And holidays can be a challenge. Holidays can be a challenge where food is. Now, I must say that I am very disciplined. So if I know when the holidays are coming up, I try to cut back in advance as much as possible on my carbs and my sweets because I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie. So when the holidays come, I know I'm going to eat. So I start to cut back sometime as early as a month. I start to cut back and the calories, and I start to cut back on the sugars because I know that I will, I will eat a bit on the holidays. So today I decide to share a basic brunch. This is a basic brunch. So I decide to share a basic brunch. What happened? Something happened, guys. Okay, thanks. It's hard to manage the camera and try to cook at the same time. So today I'm going to do a basic brunch, not my normal brunch that I would do, just a basic brunch because to encourage, persons that are working with diabetics or are diabetics themselves, just to give an idea of what you can do and how you can, truly enjoy the holiday festivities. Food is a big deal for the holidays. So I decide to come on and do a basic brunch. I'm going to hang out a little bit. For those of you who are on, who are not participating in the chat, welcome, 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 welcome. Yes, everyone is with their family. I'm taking a chance. Because here it's 12:40 here, so it's about the peak of brunch time. It's about the peak for families get together. So I don't expect a large crowd today, but those of you that are coming on, I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And also, this is a video, so it will be uploaded later. You're seeing it live, but I can't upload until later. So welcome for those of you that are on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are not visible in the chat, I appreciate you being on. Thanks for taking the time to come on. And I know people will be dipping in and out as I go. I know people will be dipping in and out, and I truly appreciate it. So I'm going to wait a little bit before I get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who are just popping in, I'll be moving the camera. I'll try not to move too much. I'll try not to move too much. But I'll be moving the camera. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the like. I'll be moving the camera to the angle that I'm working so that you can see. So again, welcome to those that are on. So today I'm going to, as I said before, I'm going to make a basic omelet. And those of you who are on, who are willing, come in the chat and let me know that you're there. There are those that just like to watch, and it's not an issue at all watching. So today I'm going to do a basic brunch. And the first thing I would encourage, whether you're home or you're working with someone in their home, I would encourage washing your hands. I would encourage washing your hands before you get started. And as I said, I'm trying to man the camera and do everything, and that might not be the easiest thing to do. But I'll encourage washing your hands thoroughly before you get started. Lather it. Go in to the corners of your knuckles, or for those that have nails under your fingernails. I don't do nails. I don't do nails because it's easier to clean. So go under those finger beds and lather. And lather. And yes, I know everyone knows how to wash their hands, but working in home care, there's a special way, or in facilities, there's a special way to wash our hands. So you start and you do your friction. Make sure you're getting everything out, and you wash. Most places you wash as far as the crease up here. You wash as far as the crease, but you lather and you wash and you rinse properly. You rinse that hand properly. So this is the way it's done in the house. When I am so used to doing it that I do the same thing at home, because once you do something for a period of time, it becomes natural. Now let me say that is important. Wipe your hands. And after you've wiped your hands, you use a napkin to turn your pipe off. You never wash your hands and go back to using the same hands to touch. And I'm using my paper napkin also. I'm using it to turn my phone because I'm getting ready to handle the food. I'm using the same phone to video as I'm using, and folk are calling me because it's the holiday, so I will be chipping in and out. I apologize. So as I said before, when we wash our hands, everything that we touch is afterwards. Everything that we touch afterwards should be handled with a napkin when you're preparing food. So now that I've washed my hands are clean. My hands are clean. I'm also welcome those of you who are just coming on. Welcome. This is your home care queen. I am making a basic brunch to Happy Easter. I'm making a basic Easter brunch as a diabetic. So join me as I go through a basic Easter brunch as a diabetic. And as you're coming on, please like. Those of you who have already subscribed, share it out for me. I appreciate it. So I'm making a basic lunch as a diabetic. And the ingredients are, and as I said, I've washed my hands thoroughly, and I'm getting ready now to handle my food. So here's what we have. I'm going to be using a multigrain bread today. I'm going to be using a multigrain bread. So I have a half a slice. And remember, this is as a diabetic. This is for me as a diabetic, what I'm going to be having for brunch. So I have pre-prepared here a half a slice of bread, which I'll toast later. And I have 3 links of chicken links, chicken sausage or chicken links. Now, these chicken links are made with 3 ingredients. I will not say the brand because I'm not a brand ambassador, but I love these links. I love these links because they're made out of chicken breast, and it's 3 ingredients, no casing. It's chicken breast, black pepper, garlic, and paprika. That's what it says on the box. I love these links. They're a bit more pricey, but why I love them, it's because they don't have any fillers. They don't have added sugar, which I have to stay away from. So it's chicken breast, and the ingredients say chicken breast, paprika, garlic powder, and black pepper, and sea salt. So welcome to those of you who are joining me. So I have my 3 chicken links here. I have 2 eggs. I prefer brown eggs, but I couldn't get any brown eggs because I don't know about where you live, but over here, brown eggs, when you do find them in the last couple of months, I noticed, when you do find them, they're almost $11 a dozen, and I'm not going to do that. So I chose to get white eggs. Now, I also have a low salt butter. And what I do, and when I get there, I will show you. So I have my bread, which is my multigrain bread. I'm using a half a slice because Mom Frey's Kitchen, happy Easter. I'm doing a basic Sunday brunch as a diabetic. I'm doing a basic Sunday brunch as a diabetic. So as I said, I have my 12 grain bread. I'm using a half of a slice. And why am I using half of a slice? Because today is Easter. And my wonderful friend from New York has sent me an Easter bun. This is the first time from I'm living in Arizona that I've gotten a whole Easter bun. My friend sent it to me. I appreciate it so much. He sent me a can of cheese, and I also have some codfish what I'm going to use later to make the famous Jamaican fritters. And I'm going to put a twist on that. As a diabetic also, how do I make my fritter? So I'll do that a later date. But for today, I have my chicken links, I have my eggs, and I'm going to go in my refrigerator, and I'm going to use some cheese. And I use mozzarella cheese because the other cheeses, cheddar, I love cheddar, but because it's a holiday, I'm cutting back as much as possible on the fatty and the sweets because I'm going to indulge more than I would. The other thing I want to really show you is what I do as a diabetic. So I have pre-prepared foods. I have some baked chicken. I have steak. I have some quinoa. I have some sweet potato. Now up here, I'll use later. This is pineapples that I'm going to use with the brunch. And I'll show you later how I do that. So I have pre-prepared food, and I also have a lot. And this is for our diabetics and for those people who are taking care of diabetics. Having pre-prepared food and easily prepared food and lots of salads ready in advance, what I notice, it helps me not to cheat too much, because when I'm hungry, everything is pre-prepared. I have my avocados. I do a lot of guacamole. I do a lot of sliced avocado. I have tomatoes. Down here, I have peppers and cucumbers, and it makes it easier. It makes it easier as a diabetic, especially if you're on the go when you come in. When you come in to grab something to eat. The other thing that I would talk about is how you store your insulin. I use the pen. This is my long lasting. And I have short acting. And I have short acting, and I store them in the refrigerator because I'm told, allegedly, that when they're kept, this is my short acting, and this is my long lasting. And I'm told that when they're stored in the refrigerator, they keep their potency better. So I have them all lined up here. And as I said, I do have pre-made food because I'm a foodie. And if I don't have my pre-done food, or if I don't have my salads available, you don't want to see my pantry. Mom Frey's Kitchen, you don't want to see my pantry. Jackie, you don't want to see my pantry because I do cheat. But the thing about being a diabetic most of your life is you know how to cheat. So if I'm going to have ice cream, I don't have the olfactory. And I don't have ice cream and cake together. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone that are coming in, those that are on the chat, those are not chatting. I appreciate you as you come in, like, share, and subscribe. So because I know, especially this weekend, and having my friends send me such a wonderful bun and the cheese to go with it, because I know I'm going to cheat. Later on today, I'm going to have my bun and cheese, and I'm going to go south. I'm really going to go south and have some bun and cheese and probably have a sugary drink. So because of that, I go very, very, very low carb, high protein, high fiber on brunch or breakfast, if you will. So I have my links and I have my cheese. And as I said, for today, because I'm going to have cheese, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone that's coming on. I'm doing brunch as a diabetic. So for today, because I'm going to have cheese, and Jamaican cheese is very caloric, very high in cholesterol, and also very, very high in sodium. Today for brunch, I'm going to use a low sodium, low fat mozzarella cheese. And that gives me enough time to cheat. So when you're cheating as a diabetic, plan your cheating. Plan, when I say cheating, I mean food, guys. I'm not here pushing cheating. I mean food. I mean cheating with food. Be authentic with it. Tell yourself, this is what I'm having. And, don't, I said it before. As a diabetic, you have to be intentional about your cheating and honest about your cheating, especially if you're working with a diabetic who is a seasoned diabetic, as I am. We cheat and we know we're cheating. So if your client is gonna ask you for pop for lunch, for breakfast, don't suggest orange juice. If the doctors want them to have cranberry juice, make sure your cranberry juice is the authentic one, not the other ones with all the sugar and it just has coloring. Buy a cranberry juice and orange juice and pineapple juice that says 100%. And when you read the label, it should have one ingredient. There's a lot of labels out there that are saying 100%. And when you look at it, fructose corn syrup, all these other syrups and stuff in there, make sure it has one ingredient: pineapple juice, orange juice, cranberry juice. For a diabetic, that is so important. And also, diabetic shopping can be a little bit on the heavy side financially, but remember, it's not your money you're using. It's your client's money. So therefore, buy the healthiest and the best for them. For yourself, you should do the same. However, you manage your money how you want to manage it. For me, thank God, the children are now grown and married and live on their own. So when it comes on to food, I have no budget. I'm going to buy the best for myself because it really, really helps you to decrease your number. I use a lot of organic. I use a lot of natural stuff. It really, really helps to decrease your numbers. And remember, diabetes has so much nuances that comes with it: headache, high blood pressure. So the healthier we eat and take our insulin according to how it's prescribed by the doctor. My doctor wants me to stay, she would prefer me in the 140s. I don't feel good at 140. So again, you have to know your body, but she wants me in the 140s. So, but she's saying 150 and below, she prefers that. So go according to your calorical intake and how your doctor suggests. My dietitian wants me to maintain, and it's not hard for me to maintain a lifestyle of fruits and vegetables. And, I am a child of God that is a member of the Adventist Church all my life. And our platform is about health. So being a vegetarian, eating healthy, that is easy for me to do because I was raised like that. But for those of you who have challenges, just remember that it's about your health. So now I'm going to start cooking. So as I said before, I will not say brands, I use my butter because butter is good on everything, but I use a low fat butter with 3 ingredients: milk, some says salt, some says milk. So 2 ingredients, milk and salt, in my butter. I try not to use more than labels with 3 or 4 ingredients on it as much as possible. When I'm cheating, I just cheat. I'm telling you the truth. I love my chips. I love my chips. I love my chips. I try to buy those with 3 ingredients, but when I'm cheating, I'm conscious of what I'm doing. I'm watching my diet throughout the day, so I eat. The other thing I do, I mix my olive oil. I mix it with I mix the butter with a little olive oil. I mix the butter with a little olive oil. And why do I do that? I do that because it allows me not to use a lot of butter that is high in cholesterol. So I mix my butter. I mix my olive oil with my butter, and I always spin it around a little bit. Remember, this is the way I do my breakfast as a diabetic. So what works for you and your doctor, that's what I suggest. But this is the way I do it. So I mix my butter with my olive oil, so I use less butter. Welcome, 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 those of you who are just coming on. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing Sunday brunch. I am a diabetic, so I'm doing Sunday brunch as a diabetic, and hope that those of you who are working with diabetics, this will give you some suggestion of how to fix a breakfast for them, especially during the holidays. So I've mixed my butter, and I make sure that I have it done. I make sure that I have it done in the pan. I mix them together, and I put it on low heat. So the butter and the olive oil will come together. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who are just coming on, welcome, welcome. Happy Easter. Hi, Sharon Walters. Hi, Sharon Walters. How are you? Welcome, welcome in the palace. Welcome, my palacers. So I've melted the butter and the olive oil together, and I'm going to be adding, so again, for those who are just coming in, I'm making brunch for myself as a diabetic, and for those who care for people in their home and have to suggest breakfast for them, I hope this will assist you also. Lorna Wright, happy Easter, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing Sunday brunch as a diabetic. So I have my chicken sausages, as I said before, and I have my 12 grain bread. I'm using just a half of a slice rather, because today's Easter and I have my bun and cheese to eat later. So I'm doing a basic high protein, low carb, high fiber breakfast because I'm going to indulge today. I'm also going to have some cheese in, and I'm going to do some low salt, low fat cheese because I'm having Jamaican cheese with my bun tonight, and Jamaican cheese is very fattening. It's also high cholesterol and high sodium intake. So now that my pot is going and the oil and the butter is on, I'm going to add my chicken links, chicken sausage, if you will. And these chicken links are made of 3 ingredients. Okay, Sharon. These chicken links are made of 3 ingredients: chicken breast, paprika, 4, chicken breast, paprika, salt, and black pepper. So about 5 ingredients. So because it's chicken breast, it's high in protein, it's not too much fat. That's why I love this particular chicken links. I love it a lot. When you bite in it, it literally tastes like you're eating baked or fried chicken breast. So I really love it. And it's also low sodium. It's low sodium, which I need, because as a diabetic, some of the nuances we have is high blood pressure. People who are diabetics has high blood pressure issue. So in order to, when I eat, I think about all the stuff that I'm dealing with, and I try to eat food that decreases those symptoms. So I have my chicken link going. Now I'm going to break my eggs. I'm going to break my eggs, and I break my eggs separately because there's a portion of the egg that I don't like. There's a portion of the egg that I don't like, and I separate them. And those of us who are from the West Indies, we know that portion. We call it the eye. It's that white spot that is in the egg. I don't like it. So I take it out. So I separate my eggs, and also I do not use both yolks as a diabetic. As I tell you, the challenge is to keep my cholesterol down. So I don't use both yolks. I only use one, but I need the 2 egg whites for the added protein. I need my 2 egg whites for my added protein. So I have my sausage or links, I call them chicken links, going, and I have my egg going. So I'm going to make a scrambled egg for the purpose of adding my cheese. For the perfect, oh, hi, Miss Wendy. How are you? How are you feeling? Glad to see you. Miss Wendy. Hope you're doing better. I heard you wasn't feeling well. So I'm doing Sunday brunch. So I have my chicken links going. And let me say this real quick. If you don't have chicken sausage, if you will, chicken ling, or any sausage you use, for me as a diabetic, I have bought chicken breasts, and I either grill them or bake them, and then I slice them and I keep them in the fridge. I've also done salmon, where I've grilled the salmon and I've sliced them, keep them in there. So when I'm doing my breakfast, I don't like to use the store-bought. So happy to know, Miss Wendy, that you're feeling better. Yeah, so I buy protein like chicken and salmon and even sardines. Do you know you can have sardines for breakfast? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, Jackie, continue to like, share, and subscribe. So you can also, I have used sardine for breakfast, and I know that is not strange for West Indian, but can I tell you something? I have roasted the sardine on top of the stove. I've roasted the sardines, and guys, like and share for me. I've roasted the sardine, and when I say roasted, I've taken them out their regular oil, I've pat dried them, and then I put them in fresh olive oil and roast them until they get a really crunchy skin on top of the stove to add to my breakfast. I've done that. So I'm going to be adding my mozzarella cheese in with my eggs. And again, it's all about portion control, so I don't use a lot. So I'm mixing in my cheese with my eggs, and I have my chicken links going. And you can either add, I love crushed peppers. You can add some crushed peppers if you wish. You can add cayenne pepper if you wish. I love my crushed pepper, so this is my red pepper, and I'm adding a little bit of black pepper in also. So I have that going. So that is going, I'm going to turn off my stove and I'm going to head to the toaster. I'm going to head to the toaster and make my toast. So the eggs are going, the toaster going. See? So I'm going to add to the toaster. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Like, share, and subscribe. So I'm going to take my eggs out with that nice mozzarella cheese. That nice mozzarella cheese. You notice I didn't put any salt. I didn't put any salt in my eggs because, again, with the diabetes, I have developed high blood pressure, so I have to be careful of my sodium intake. And then the chicken links has salt in it, so that will give me all the salt I need. So I don't have to add salt to my eggs. So we have the eggs all finished. And remember, again, this is the way I do it as a diabetic. This is the way I do it as a diabetic. And for those of us who are in the caregiving arena, this is a suggestion to make a healthy breakfast without increasing the symptoms of your clients. So my toast is almost done. My toast is almost done. The chicken links are all almost done. I love it a little bit crispy. I love it a little bit crispy. So I'm going to put it all together and show you. So now that I have my toast almost done, I'm going to get these chicken links out, or if you will, chicken sausage out. And again, I used a sausage that only has 4 to 5 ingredients in it. It's a chicken breast, paprika, pepper, salt. And I like this brand because it doesn't have a lot of sodium and cholesterol. It doesn't have a lot of that on it. So it's what they call a naked, and it's real chicken. It's real chicken, and it's really, really tasty. It's very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. So now, again, with a diabetic, before preparing breakfast or before eating, as a diabetic, always know your numbers. Always know your numbers, guys. If you're working or if you're caring for yourself, always know your numbers. Lorna, always know your numbers. So this morning I was 140, which is so good for me. This Angela Lewis, happy Easter for all those who are just coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here making a basic Easter breakfast or brunch, if you will, because it's a little late this morning. So I'm here making a basic brunch for diabetics. I am a diabetic, so I'm making, and for those who have clients that they're serving that are diabetic, I hope this will help. So I thought I had my toaster on, and all this time my toaster wasn't on. How much people that happened to? So I'm gonna grab. So because my numbers are good, normally I don't, if I'm above 150, I don't do any juice. I don't do any juice if my numbers are high. Welcome, welcome those of you who are just coming in. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. So because my numbers are good, I'm going to do some orange juice. And I do a little less than an 8-ounce glass. Probably about 6 ounces if I do that much, if I drink all of it. So I'll add some orange juice to it. So I have the eggs. And the sausage ready. And I'm going to take the toast out. So have my orange juice. I have my proteins. I have a little bit of carb. Now I'm going to add some fruits. And the reason why I said that I might not drink all that orange juice is because I also have some fresh pineapples that I cut up this morning. Now, I don't do fruit salads. I just do a fruit at a time. So if I'm having pineapples, I will just have my pineapples. You can also, because I have done this, you can also, I add a little bit of plain yogurt, plain Greek yogurt to my fruits. A little bit of plain. A little bit of plain Greek yogurt to my food. So I'll take a dab, I call it, of yogurt. And the other thing I do, welcome those of you who are just joining, doing Sunday brunch as a diabetic. Today is Easter, happy Easter. The other thing I do, I add cinnamon, because cinnamon helps to decrease our numbers. So I add a little cinnamon to it. I add a little cinnamon to the pineapples. You can have, I generally take a quarter of a banana with, you know, if I'm doing, I don't mix my fruit as I said, or I'll have some apples. If I'm having apples, I do cottage cheese. So you can mix it up the way your client or you like it. For me, it's just portion control for me, about portion control. So I don't eat the whole bowl, or I don't do mixed fruits. I don't like mixed fruits. It's not because I'm a diabetic. I just don't like fruits mixing up together, because then you get some soft and some hard. So I just rather do it that way. So I'll add a little yogurt to it, as I said. I'll add a little yogurt. Now that my toast is ready, here's another thing that I do. Because I cooked the eggs with butter, I use olive oil. Trying to get this camera where you can see it. I use olive oil on my toast. Instead of using butter, I use olive oil on my toast. See, so I just dab a little bit of olive oil on the toast, because the bread already, the eggs will already cook in the butter, and the chicken sausage or chicken links was already cooked in the butter. So I just sprinkle, and it's so tasty. I just sprinkle a little olive oil on the bread instead of putting more butter. And If you want to add a scone, here's a scone. This is a blueberry scone. Because I'm going to cheat, I just take a bit of it. Now, if today wasn't Easter and I wasn't going to have some bun and cheese later and God knows what else I'm going to have, then I probably would do half. But because I'm concerned about my numbers and I'm conscious of the fact that I'm going to indulge a little more sweets and carbs than I normally would, I just break a piece. Because for me, everything is mental for me. The fact that I want something sweet doesn't mean that I'm going to eat the whole thing. It just means I'm satisfying my taste bud. So therefore, I know how I eat and I just take what I want because I'm a foodie. So if I'm not conscious of what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, when I snack, I just snack. So let me show you. Winsome Age, how are you? Thanks for visiting. I appreciate seeing you. So let me show you guys now. It all put together. Let me show you now. So this is how, trying to switch this camera. So this is how it's placed. This is how it's placed. So glad to see you, Winsome Age. Thanks for visiting. So this is how it's placed, guys. Clove powder. Yes, Sharon. I don't like cloves too much. I know it's good for me. So this is how it's placed when you're finished. Because remember, my son was a chef. And he always told me, Mommy, people eat with their eyes first. So when you're setting your table, especially if you're working and you're taking care of someone, the clove is powerful, less cinnamon. Okay, Sharon. Okay, I love it to bake, but I will try it. I will try it. So especially if you're working for someone, presentation. And even though, honestly, I love to set my table like this because it just relaxes you when you sit there, and I live alone. So setting my table like this really lets me feel good. So this is the final presentation. What is this over here? I always have a glass of water. I always have a glass of water. Again, because I'm a diabetic and I'm going to have some orange juice and a bit of scone, and I'm having fruits, I always have some water. So this is how. Okay, Lorna, I'm going to look into getting clove. Again, welcome everyone that has just joined. I appreciate you joining me to share my brunch, to share with you my Easter brunch. And this is the presentation. So I have the chicken links. I have some scrambled egg with mozzarella. I have a bit of scone, and I have a 12-grain wheat bread drizzled with olive oil. I have my pineapple, my cinnamon, and a little bit of Greek yogurt, because Greek yogurt is the best for me. And then I have my orange juice and my water. So that's my brunch as a diabetic. That's my brunch as a diabetic, because as I said before, those of you that just came in, my friend sent me one of the biggest Easter bun I've ever seen. Never seen this size bun. He sent it to me from New York. So I'm going to indulge a little bit. Okay, I'm definitely going to try that, Sharon. Definitely going to try. Okay. Hi, Angela Lewis. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. So I'm going to peek and show you all the bun. So this is that giant bun I got for Christmas. I'm not advertising. This is that giant bun I got for Christmas. You see what I'm talking? Christmas. I'm rushing it. So this is that giant bun I got for Easter. I'll be sharing it with a few of my friends here who has a hard time. Dilute the orange juice with water. You know, this orange juice is a low pulp, low sugar. I don't know what low sugar means, but it's not as sweet. And I don't drink the whole glass. I am very, very conscious because I cheat a lot. I eat a lot of snack. When I'm eating my main meals, my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, I'm very, very, very careful of what I eat because during the days, we're supposed to snack 6 times a day. 6 times a day, I don't eat healthy. I don't eat healthy. So my main meals is where I cut back a lot on my main meals. I am not a dieter. For those who diet, good for you. No issues with that. But as a diabetic, we're more about lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. This is what I get up and do every day. If I don't have time to have breakfast, I'm not really a breakfast person. I'll get up and I'll have a glass of water with some Greek yogurt or some cottage cheese and some wheat. I use a lot of these wheat cereals. So I'll have some wheat or some of those healthy granolas that doesn't have a lot of sugars. So I'll just grab a little bowl of that and I'll have that with a glass of water. Where I have my problem as a diabetic, and where I have my problem as a diabetic is the fact that I'm a muncher. I am a muncher. I am a person that I am very good at eating healthy dinners, healthy breakfasts. I'm very, very good at those things. But when it comes on to munching, you know, because we're supposed to have a snack, I tend to just go nuts. I'm working on it, but I tend to just go nuts. So I'm very, very careful of what I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh yeah, every diabetic has their way. I am not a juicer. Also, I cannot do kale. Kale is very, very hard to digest. Certain greens I cannot do because they're very hard to digest. Because remember, diabetics come in all different shapes, sizes, and what we eat is according to what our bodies can take. I've been on insulin for years, so there are certain foods that I cannot eat. Kale is one of them. Now, turnip greens and collard greens and asparagus, which is my favorite, cabbage and Brussels sprouts along with kale. Cabbage and Brussels sprouts I can eat sometimes, but not all the time. Yeah, I can eat sometimes because remember, diabetes is a general umbrella for the illness, but the nuances that goes on with the person. Okay, Sharon. Okay. So diabetes is what your dietitian and you and your doctor said, and also, most importantly, what your body can take. I had ulcers during college. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It is so good. The mozzarella and that little tick of pepper tastes so good. I hope you don't mind me, because it would make sense not to try it when I've cooked it. It is so good. It's one of the my go-to when I do eggs. It's one I just started doing eggs. Never did eggs for a while, but I need more protein. And my doctor suggested that I do eggs because she suggested that I do eggs. So I decided to try it. So, as I said, diabetes is the disease, but remember, every person has different nuances that they are dealing with. High blood pressure, high cholesterol. During college, as I was saying, I developed an ulcer from studying and being a mom and a wife. So certain foods, when I eat, irritates the ulcer. And now that I know that, I stay away from them. So all the juicing, mixing all those things together, I can't do that. I can do carrot juice. I have a very nice juicer that separates the trash from the juice, and I don't add water to it. But I can only do a 6-ounce glass. I can't drink the full 8-ounce because, pardon me, even though carrot is an healthy vegetable, it's not good for me as a diabetic. It pushes my sugar up. So I sometimes do it 3 times a week, a 4-ounce glass. Beetroot juice also sends my sugar up. What I find is when I bake them in the oven or I steam them. In the oven, I bake them with olive oil and a tip of sea salt and some cracked pepper and garlic. And I cool them off, put them in the fridge, and I slice them and add them to my salads. That does not send my sugar up. But eating by itself in abundance, I can't do that. So the foods that work for me with keeping my numbers down is quinoa, sweet potato, and Yukon Gold potato, not the white potato or the red skin one, the Yukon Gold. I can make mashed potato, and again, for me, it's portion control. Welcome everyone who's just coming in. I see you talking about what I eat as a diabetic and sharing my Sunday brunch. So those brown rice, I don't like it. I don't like brown rice. I tried brown basmati rice. Eggplants, I use a lot of eggplant, Sharon. A lot. My favorite way of doing eggplants is washing them properly, slicing them. I crush the garlic in my garlic crusher and I rub it on them. A tad of sea salt and Italian seasoning. I use anise, fennel, and I put that together and stick that in the oven. Oh yes, and very, very good. I love it. Because eggplant is low in sugar. It has very little carb, and it's high fiber, and it has so much good, healthy vitamins. So, and asparagus, I use a lot of asparagus. That's easy on my tummy. So I use a lot of asparagus, and I'll also use a lot of garlic and red onions. I find for me that it really works for me. So that's the way I eat as a diabetic. And I hope that individuals that are caring for people with diabetes, that this is a suggestion for you. And remember, fruits, even though they're healthy for us, too much fruits will send the blood sugar through the roof. So be very conscious of portion control and know the fruits. Like pineapple is a high sugar fruit. but I know how to manage it for me. I don't eat a lot. So it's all about portion control, knowing your patient, knowing what is good for them, and following the doctors, the endocrinologists, and the diabetic nutritionist advice. So thank you for watching. I enjoy the time that I spent with you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to share with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, have a good day. Happy Easter. Yes, Sharon. Portion control. This is why Sharon is saying that fruits should be eaten in portion control. Everything a diabetic eats should be portion control. Everything. You too, Jackie. You too. Thanks for coming on, Jackie. Thanks for coming on. Everything a diabetic eats should be portion control, because remember, that's how we keep our sugar levels down. That's how we keep our A1C down, is by eating in portion. Lots of vegetables, moderate fruits that are filled with sugar, and lots of protein. Have a good day. Happy Bun Day. For those who don't do bun and cheese, happy Easter. Take a bite out of that bun and cheese for me, Jackie. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Win some. Yeah, thank you. Enjoy. Enjoy your bun and cheese for me, and you win some. Take an extra slice for me. Okay, guys? For those of you who are not in the chat, thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting with me on this Easter. Yes, so true. So true, Sharon. This is why I don't do it. This is... Have a blessed afternoon, everyone. Have a blessed afternoon. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me, everyone. Thank you. I will try to come on later, but I think later everyone will be with their family. But I'll possibly try to come on to show you me devouring my bun and cheese. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy.